Hello and welcome to True Guidance Tarot. I'm Adriana Teodoro-Dier. I am a spiritual medium and intuitive reader with a high vibration beneficial message for Gemini. This is a message channeled from my guides and from Spirit for you as you navigate what's going on your spiritual journey this week. So Gemini, there's a lot of kind of psychic vulnerability around you this week. It's almost as if you're accessing or touching a different space, a different realm, a different dimension, if you want to use that terminology, but it's kind of leaving your physical, emotional body vulnerable. So I want to just plant that seed of awareness so that you kind of keep that in your mind as we're going along. We have the Hanged Man for the energy that the universe gives you this week. And this is an especially interesting energy because it's asking you to suspend things, suspend time, suspend judgment, suspend action. So this is really about gathering as many different perspectives as you can. We have a lot of harvest imagery in the background, a scythe with some hay or grain, and then all these fruits and stuff in the foreground. So this is about gathering, harvesting many different kinds of information to put together one big piece. And it's not time to jump, again, not jumping to any conclusions, not coming into any action, really not doing anything except receiving this information and gathering it into your basket. So we have the High Priestess for the energy that you respond. Let me speak English to you. This is the energy you respond with. So the universe sends you this, you respond with this. This card is all about receiving information from that other dimension, from your intuition, from your higher self. And there's a strong feeling of mystery, like you're so drawn and compelled to figure out this extra piece, but it comes almost in a way that's out of this world. Now, the thing is, remember how this card was about gathering many perspectives. This is not just about the information on the other side, from the other side. This is not just about floating out in the cosmos and grabbing that energy and that perspective. They're wanting you to look at this as a big whole, but right now you're so focused on that other world that you're kind of left vulnerable. I'm seeing a picture of someone in meditation, you know, with the eyes closed, and they're accessing that place, but in front of them there's some kind of disaster happening, or in front of them they're leaving themselves open to attack because they're here. So it's not about psychic attack, it's not about psychic protection, it's actually about needing to be present in your physical world, in your physical emotional world, because the other energy you're feeling here is so compelling, it's like you want to stay there. So how should I give this to you? Let's do one card at a time. Okay, so the reason why I'm drawing this to your attention, Three of Swords. This is a card of betrayal, of something not being for your best interest. So someone being in a bad place and doing something that harms you or is harmful to you, or just someone who has a habitual pattern of taking things from you, taking energy, it's really energy. Energy can trickle down into anything, whether it comes to they're taking money from you, or taking time, or taking some of your self-worth, or taking some of whatever it is. It's all just energy. So it's like when you're so open to that other world, your energy field and your vibration is so open, it's almost like the thing that's right in front of you you're not seeing. And this is complicated by the fact that it's next to the Moon card, and the Moon card is always a little bit of a slippery fish. The Moon card is difficult to pin down because that's just the point. It changes and it shifts around, and it's this idea of deception and almost shape-shifting. So it's not so obvious because it's cloaked in something else. So this is why it's very important to keep your wits around you this week, because someone is able to take advantage of your vulnerability because you're so open. You know, it's really tough connecting to the energy on the other side sometimes because it just feels so good, you know? It's so peaceful, it's so loving, and you want to kind of just stay there. And when we have that experience of being consumed and subsumed by that energy, we just want to bring back that loving, gentle presence. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you also have to use some of your smarts, some of your instincts, some of your hunches and gut feelings so that you're not taken advantage of by someone who's in a lower vibration. Lower vibration is going to want to suck away the light. Either it's repelled by it because your light is so strong it can't see. It's kind of like that scene in the I think it's the second Lord of the Rings movie where they're battling the orcs, and then all of a sudden the sun comes out and Gandalf is there and he's shining and the orcs can't see because they're blinded. So sometimes negative energy does that when it's faced with light, but other times it sucks it because it wants to take it. And that's the vulnerable place you're in because you're so open and genuinely there with that peaceful, lovely, loving energy. There's this tendency that someone can easily come and grab you. So this next card comes as advice, but it's also still part of the story, the Lord, which is really strong message of protection. You see, all of this is very clear boundaries, very contained. So it's knowing where your personal boundaries are. Yes, everything deserves love. Everything deserves our good thoughts. Everything deserves our good intentions. But boundaries honors where the other person is. If someone is not in a good place, or if someone has made a series of bad choices, it's really imperative to both of you that you set up boundaries, because you need to protect yourself first and foremost. If you don't protect yourself, then what energy is left to go to the other side? If someone takes all your energy, how can you connect to the things that you're supposed to connect to and be the person you're supposed to be? If someone has made consequences or has made choices that produce negative consequences, the best thing you can do is remove yourself from the situation. This doesn't mean that you're not offering support or you're not there for them. It just means that you're giving them the space to act with their free will. But they also have to understand that any action comes with consequences. So it's tough because we want to be there and we want to support and we want to not just abandon people, but stepping back and putting a boundary saying, you know what, that energy is not good for me right now. That's really healthy for both. So your last card, your advice card, we have this one, yet another card of deception. So deception is such a strong theme for you this week, Gemini, the Chernunos card. So this is the feeling or the kind of sense that you're somewhere where you shouldn't be, or that there's someone where he or she should not be. They're in a bad place. I don't believe there are bad people. I think on the inside, I know our soul is only positive, but our human self chooses. Do we align with soul or do we align with negative energy? Whatever this person is doing, they're aligning with negative energy. And so the question is, are you going to jump into bed with them? And I don't mean that literally, but are you going to align yourself with that energy, or are you going to allow yourself to stay separate? These are both kind of guardian energies. This one here, the Lord, as well as this one back here. He guards the wild. He guards things in the world. And I love their antlers. They both have such big antlers. So this is about protecting yourself, guarding yourself, and guarding against this situation, because it's really has the potential to take you by surprise because you're somewhere else. You're in another world. So just make sure that you're not staying in one world, that you are aware of the rest of the worlds with you, around you, and the ones that you're in. And I think that the week is going to turn around different for you. With this guy in place, these two really can't bother you. They really can't get to you. This is how it was. So just make sure that you're staying very, very aware and very, very connected to your gut feelings and your intuition. So thanks so much for joining me. I do enjoy doing these readings. If you're looking for further support, I do invite you to check out trueguidancetarot.com. There's a lot of awesome readings on there. If you are interested in some kind of Valentine's Day or love reading, get in touch with me. I've got a few thoughts in my head, but I kind of want to hear from you what you're thinking or what you'd like. So I will look forward to seeing you next time, and have a great week.